like Chris Olave is so overrated. Like I have no issue with him as a person or anything or his football abilities, but like I the NFL sites, fantasy football sites love him for some reason, and he's not even like the best receiver on his team right now, which is crazy. It's probably like Shaheed or someone like that. Like
Yeah.
it's without question. I'm gonna go with Zay Flowers here.
Yeah, I'm in agreement again here. Zay Flowers, again, number one target on his team. It's just how do you not pick him, right? Olave, I know he's
Yeah.
higher up on the rankings. The ranking ESPN loves him, all the other rankings love him. But I mean, let's look at the last 2 weeks, for instance. The Saints seem to be fine without him. Now, again, he's been healthy, but he hasn't really impacted the game. He's had what, 5 receptions in 2 games, and he's had maybe
Yeah.
less than 50 yards, I think, like on the year, and I know Derek Carr's on this Linsanity run right now, whatever you want to call it, but they seem to be okay just throwing to Shaheed and using their other options or running it with Kamara. And remember, he can catch as well, too. He had a touchdown as well. He had 4 touchdowns. One of them was receiving touchdown. If you want a more consistent receiver, Zay Flowers is definitely who you're going with here. And I think that one's a no-brainer. So
All right. Let's up the ante a little bit more. We're going to stick with Zay Flowers. Who would you rather have, Zay Flowers or Malik Neighbors?
That's
I
a
mean, I
good
could
one.
start with this one. For this year, give me Zay Flowers. For the
Okay.
future, I think I might want Malik Neighbors.
Totally agree. Yep.
Thank you. Zay
Okay.
Flowers this year has a way better quarterback. Their schedule is easier for the team that they have around him. Again, I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record here. He's the most consistent receiver that we're talking about. My flex every week, I have him already. Malik Neighbors is really good. I think he could end up being one of the best rookies if Marvin continues to do what he did last week. I think he'll be the best rookie receiver out of this class. But Malik Neighbors is number 2. He's right there. The Giants got a stud, but they only got a Malik Neighbors stud. They only got Malik Neighbors, in his full potential, his true potential, with a better quarterback under center. If you have Daniel Jones under center, and with the schedule you have right now in the offensive line, Malik Neighbors will have good weeks against the Commanders, the Panthers, maybe against the Saints. But when he's going up against, I don't know, the Texans, right? Like, that's just one team who has a good secondary. When he's going up against a really good defense, Malik Neighbors is not going to perform. Whereas I think Zay Flowers is still going to get those targets. And also, Neighbors is the wide receiver 1, but he is going to be competing a little bit with Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton every now and then. Those guys are just going to be a little bit more open because teams know, okay, I'm going to double cover Malik Neighbors. He's this promising, exciting rookie. He's been compared to Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, LSU guy. Zay Flowers is more consistent. It's close again, but got to stick with Zay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I
Okay.
can't add anything else. Adam hit all the nails, I would
Yeah,
say.
just as a Giants fan, I needed to just touch on that.
That's really interesting considering that Zay Flowers is ranked as the wide receiver 25 according to flockfantasy.com, and Malik Neighbors is ranked as the wide receiver 12.
And again, I think in the future, when the Giants draft their franchise quarterback, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, Shadur Sanders, XYZ, whoever it may be, maybe Arch Manning.
All right, so I want to do a who would you rather have with tight ends.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, considering some of the production we've seen, who would you rather have, Trey McBride or Sam LaPorta?
I gotta go with LaPorta here. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, this couple weeks have belonged to McBride. McBride seems to be more consistent, but it's tough. I'm gonna go with LaPorta just because I'm sure they'll figure him out. Like last year, he finished as like the tight end, like 2 or 3, despite being a rookie. Led the league in touchdowns for tight ends, or like regardless of their draft class. Like I think now that they're 1-1, yeah. Wait, no, are they 1-1, 2-0?
Both teams are 1-1.
They're 1-1.
Okay, yeah, they're 1-1. I think they realized that after losing to the Bucks that they really should probably use Laporta more, and I think they'll use him a lot more for the rest of the season. I mean, look at how they did last year with him. Like they made it to the NFC Championship, and he was a huge reason why. So that's my main reason why I'm going to go with Laporta over McBride.
Yeah, remember I
Hmm.
picked the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. I had them losing to the Chiefs, but if they're gonna get there and they're gonna win games and bounce back from a game like this, I agree with what Hunter said completely. So agreeing again here, Laporta is gonna help them get there. As a rookie, he was outstanding. I think actually Brock Bowers is gonna have a similar impact as a rookie tight end than Laporta had last year. Um, don't get me wrong, Trey McBride, I would love to have him in fantasy. I was targeting him a lot in my draft. That Kyler McBride stack is great fantasy, but I still think this was one of those fluke weeks. Puka and Cup aren't hurt. The Rams are a little bit more competitive. Maybe it's a closer game. Their offensive line is fully healthy. The reason that Trey McBride and he didn't have an outstanding performance in this 41-10 victory. It was more Marvin Harrison Jr. But I think it's going to be, McBride has some boom weeks. He has some bust weeks, but LaPorta is more consistent all around. So I got to agree with Hunter, and he's on the better team, and they're a team that's pushing for a Super Bowl. So